How's it going out there, YouTube? My name is Jesse, and I am the curator for the Golden Age. And this hat is totally shadowing my face. Okay, I am the curator, and this is... Go ahead.
Lost Heroes of the Golden Age.
Just sometimes better go with it. And this is going to be a special holiday edition for the 4th of July. And we have... What in the world are you doing? Stop that!
That was the Stars and Stripes Are Forever.
I know it's the Stars and Stripes and Forever.
By Sousa.
Yeah, I know it's by Sousa.
I don't see the problem here.
Why are you playing it in my intro?
You said we were doing something special.
I didn't mean in the middle of my intro. I meant, look, what I wanted to do was have a montage at the end with our hero.
The Unknown Soldier.
Yes. The Unknown Soldier having a montage at the end to the Stars and Stripes of Forever, showing him beating up the bad guys.
Now that sounds pretty cool.
It does sound pretty cool. In fact, I might throw another couple other patriotic superheroes in the mix with the montage. The montage comes at the end, we'll play the music, and then we'll just have nothing but the Unknown Soldier, maybe a few others, punching the bad guys. Sounds like a plan?
That sounds awesome.
Can I get on with this intro?
Oh, by all means.
Okay, as the voice said, we are doing the Unknown Soldier for this episode. This is the original Unknown Soldier. Now, if you're familiar with DC comic books and you know who the Unknown Soldier is, which I believe appeared in the 70s, this is the original Unknown Soldier who appeared in the 40s. Now, for those of you who don't know, the Unknown Soldier is named after the tomb of the Unknown Soldiers. These were American soldiers who died in the War of Independence who were not actually named, but we still wanted to honor them, and they are honored with the tomb of the Unknown Soldier. You might want to do a little history lesson on that. It's actually pretty interesting. So we're going to cover the original Unknown Soldier, how he's not a real person. He's a manifestation. And this is a way to show how the manifestation took its own form and idealized into a superhero. Now, you might not be aware of him because he had no comic book named after himself, but he had a number of appearances starting in Our Flag Comics and then moving over to 4 Favorites. He also had a small part in Project Superpowers. So let's go over his introduction, who he was until the end of the war, who he might have become, we'll cover that, and his small role in Project Superpowers. And then we'll get on to the patriotic superhero smashing the Nazi montage to the Stars and Stripes Are Forever. So let's get on with...
The Unknown Soldier. No tagline?
No, I believe he was just the Unknown Soldier. But hey, that's all you need. Let's get started. The Unknown Soldier, real name, Unknown, first appeared in Our Flag Comics #1 in 1940. The original publisher is Ace Publications, and there is nobody credited with the making of the Unknown Soldier. So his real name and created by name are both unknown. Now, if you're not familiar with the Unknown Soldier, he did not have a comic credited to his name. He was in Our Flag, and he also moved over to 4 Favorites. 4 Favorites is where they would move their more popular heroes over there. So Unknown Soldier would appear along the things of Lash, Lightning, Raven, and Magno, the Magnetic Man, which I've talked about Magno. So let's review the first issue of the Unknown Solider, and then we'll go a little bit more into what he is before we get into the special montage. Now we start off with this great splash page. Wherever democracies are attacked by aggressor nations, the Unknown Solider mysteriously appears at the crucial moment to help them. With his nitro gun, which shoots capsules of blasting nitroglycerin instead of bullets, his superhuman powers, and his dauntless American courage, the Unknown Solider fights single-handedly against terrifying machines and manpower of gangster nations. No one knows his name. No one knows from whence he came. He is just the Unknown Solider. And then we cut to this, I wouldn't say it's a couple. Looks like a mother and son. Yes, she is listening to the radio, and Roosevelt is speaking, and she is inspired by FDR's speech and decides that she is going to join the Red Cross. And she's like, "Well, what about you, John?" And he says, "Well, I'm going to help our nation in my own way." And then we see him speeding off to a deserted castle. And he goes to a trap door, and we realize that he is teaming up with Nazi sympathizers. We cut back to her being at the Red Cross, the old lady, Mrs. Jenkins, or Miss Jenkins, and she's ready to get started. Then we're in Berlin, and we see that Hitler is talking to getting consultations with his geologists and meteorologists. They want to go forth for their attack on Great Britain, but if the weather was adverse, they wouldn't be able to do it. But they say that the weather is good, so Hitler initiates the attack. We see an old German couple outside of their yard seeing the planes take off, and they say that it is a pity that people are going to have to die, but such is the way of war. We show a map right here where we see how all the forces are converging onto Great Britain across the English Channel. And then in England, the screeching sirens and trolling bells blast out the approach of the Nazi invasion horde. And then we cut to a plane where we see nothing but warmth and destruction going over the entire landscape. And then this lady says, "It has come. It has come. If only the Unknown Solider were here to help us." As if an answer to a mumbled prayer. And this mysterious guy shows up in the air all of a sudden. And that seems to be the Unknown Solider. He seems to be a manifestation. So the British soldiers say, "Hey, look, there's the Unknown Solider." And he says, "They've gotten too much of a start. There's too much going on at once, but I've got an idea of how to bust it up in one grand swoop." So he takes off running towards the coast, and they think that he's deserting them. And we cut back to the hospital to see her helping someone. We see him flying over the coastal areas, and he starts to turn himself into a human top. And he spins so fast that he creates a hurricane that he lets loose over the waters, and it starts to destroy the boats and the transports that are bringing the tanks over. So a number of soldiers and tanks go diving into the water, which means they dead. Okay, and the Unknown Solider notices that the planes have rised above the hurricane, so he takes to the skies to start fighting them while flying, because he's got superhuman strength, speed, durability. I mean, he's basically a Superman with a soldier's type uniform. He wears a mask. He goes in and he stops one plane in midair, grabs the tail end of another plane, and swings them into more of them. He's swinging a plane around like a bat, destroying more of the planes, breaks into another plane, takes over their guns, and starts shooting other people down, so they're dead too. Now, he claims that the RAF is being overwhelmed, which is the Royal Air Force. So he says that he's had enough of that, and that the RAF should be able to finish the rest. He fires one more blasting bolt into the middle of the enemy planes just to give them a little bit more of a boost. Then he takes down to the ground to start handling these people one-on-one. They start releasing gas bombs, and the unknown soldier comes in there and stops the troops releasing gas bombs and destroys their equipment. And he comes up to the traitors, who are called fifth columnists. And I'm not going to go into an explanation of the fifth columnists. That's something you can look up for yourself. So he sees them throwing bombs at... Oh, is this the part? I'm getting ahead of myself. He starts to stop some of the fifth colonists who are helping the Nazi troops. He grabs a whole bunch of the Nazis that are parachuting, throws them all together so they're all combined in the midair, and he shoots the parachutes to cause them all to fall. So they did too. Now, a number of the other fifth colonists have gathered together and start throwing grenades at a hospital, and the unknown soldier gets there in time to knock out a majority of them, but the leader of the fifth colonists throws a grenade right onto the balcony of the aid station. Now, John, who we saw in the middle, who was a traitor, decides to leap to the building, grab the bomb, jump up, and leap towards the leader to blow them both up. And as he's dying, his mother goes out there to, try and ease him off there. And the unknown soldier said, "He learned his lesson too late, poor chap, but he died a hero's death." And then the unknown soldier decides that he needs to take more drastic measures. So he heads straight for Berlin, grabs a number of the leaders of the Nazi party, and flies them back over to England. I'm not making this up. This is exactly what he does. And he sees a number of the Nazis fighting, so he brings down their leaders to them and says, "Hey, I brought you your leaders to help you fight." And the Germans say, "Well, this is a fine idea. Under their leadership, we can't lose." But these great and noble, powerful German soldiers, the generals, run and take cover because they're scared of getting shot. And the other troops are like, "Well, screw this. We're not going to fight for these cowards." And they surrender to the German troops. The unknown soldier sees a number of tanks and destroys them all at once with his super speed and strength. At that time, we noticed that the Royal Air Force has overtaken the skies and have fought back the German invaders. And then the last couple of pages, we see a lady who we don't know just talk to this kid and say, "Aye, laddie, I only hope someday you'll grow up to be as brave and great a man as the unknown soldier." And he says, "Aye, me too, martyr." I don't understand the slang. They see the unknown soldier fly off, and he said, "These are tough times, friends, but we'll see them through, won't we? America has never let us down. Let's see to it that we are as loyal to her." And then the very last thing, we see the Statue of Liberty with two crossing flags. You're going to hear more about the new sensational hero, the unknown soldier, kids. Be sure to be in line for the next issue. Don't miss it. And that is a glorious, packed, action-filled first issue of The Unknown Soldier. Okay, so let's go ahead and do a quick rundown of the subsequent stories that the Unknown Soldier appeared in. We'll briefly cover his role in Project Superpowers, and then on to the montage. Okay, first of all, I am not a fan of the short shorts. I don't know why they gave him the short shorts. Secondly, I'm not sure how long chronologically the Unknown Soldier had been around. In the first appearance, he was apparently already a thing. People knew about him. There was no specific origin story given. Apparently, the Unknown Soldier is a manifestation. Now, in the way that most Golden Age stories go, and most hero stories go, the issue focuses on the hero and then what the hero gets into based on that. What these stories do is large in part tell the story of the people the Unknown Soldiers end up helping, and he doesn't help for the small situations that they're easily able to get out of. It's more of there's nothing else we can do, we're in a no-win situation. That's where the Unknown Soldier comes in and helps out with the story. I'm not sure why the uniform different from the first issue to the rest of them. Now, the Unknown Soldier has an interesting array of powers. He can obviously fly. He's got super strength, super durability because he's bulletproof. Gas doesn't stop him. The upper levels of his strength are not well known. There was one time where he picked up a radio tower, stopped torpedoes from moving, and flung them back at the enemy. And one of the, I'm not sure if it's his favorite things to do, but commonly comes up, is he spins himself like a top and causes a hurricane to happen. And that was in a lot of issues. The Unknown Soldier did not seem to be above killing the enemies. I don't think he purposely sought out to kill them, but definitely didn't leave any of them around to come back. So there were no arch enemies for the Unknown Soldier except for the Nazis, because he was around for the entirety of the World War. He also had a nitro gun, which did not shoot out bullets, it shot out nitroglycerin. I wish I had more. I wish I could figure out how the manifestation of this happened and where he got the gun, because it's an interesting concept. But it's a Golden Age. Origins rarely made sense when it came to Golden Age characters. Now, the Unknown Soldier did stay around until the end of the World War. He was more of a propaganda piece, trying to inspire patriotism in people. I mean, obviously, the Unknown Soldier, Tomb of the Unknown Soldier. Now, there was a character who replaced the Unknown Soldier in the pages of a character called the Unknown. Now, they're not sure whether the Unknown may have been the Unknown Soldier in a new manifestation, because the war was over at this point. And the Unknown basically had narrative-based stories where he didn't take direct action in, but he was there. So whether the Unknown Soldier became the Unknown is, nobody has confirmed this, and I don't even know if the people who were responsible for doing these stories are still around. So a lot of people speculate that they were the same, but there is no confirmation on them being the same person. Now, if you're a fan of the Golden Age, and public domain superheroes in particular, then Project Superpowers is a must-read. It is a great story, and just including so many Golden Age characters that I don't think the introduction to Marvel and DC would have made it any better. Now, the Unknown Soldier's appearance in Project Superpowers is he's part of the Mystery Men, which was it's kind of a government organization where they got a number of superpowers that were released from Pandora's Urn. You need to read the story, which I will cover Project Superpowers one day. They got a number of ace characters all together to be part of the Mystery Men. Magna the Magnetic Man, the Unknown Soldier, Vulcan, Lash Lightning, to name a few. And the government used them to help fight some of the heroes that were not against the government, but were fighting the government for a particular reason. Like I said, I'm going to cover Project Superpowers one of these days. Now, the Unknown Soldier was part of this great fighting page where you see him fighting with the Owl, and the Owl says, "This is madness. We're trying to free the country." And the Unknown Soldier says to him, "Funny way of showing it, Al. You've kidnapped the president, taking control of the Pentagon by force. How are you going to free the country next? Burn a flag? Now, the Unknown Soldier wouldn't have a great impact on the story altogether. None of the Ace people really did, but he did appear in this battle, and he would pop up periodically throughout the rest of the story. You got to remember, the Unknown Soldier was a manifestation. He wasn't a real person. He did appear for some of all the heroes fighting the villain together, but this was just his main part of the story right there. Well, I hope you enjoyed this episode of the Lost Heroes of the Golden Age. I hope that the superhero was appropriate enough for the holiday. America! Okay, that was cheesy. Like I said, I hope you enjoyed this episode. I hope you liked it. And
montage time.
I'm getting to it. Let's go ahead and start with the montage. Until next time, I'll be seeing you.